Well, welcome back to Thoughts While Thinking. Well, as usual, I'm rearranging my prejudices, and old William James had it down right. We don't do much real thinking, we just rearrange our prejudices. But I'm getting where I'm trying to do a little really thinking. And while I was thinking about I graduated from high school in Cranfills Gap. And through my professional career, I had a lot of fun with the name of Cranfills Gap. It was a little small community in central Texas, and it was founded by the Norwegians in about 1836. And uh, it was a little small town, and that's just about the population of it there sitting on that side. But anyway, yeah, the main attraction right now is a Horny Toad restaurant. That's the modern thing there. And as you can see in that picture, that motorcycle gang kind of likes that to make that stop on their road trip. And that shot of the main street looks just about like it did in 1947 when I was in high school there. And that's the way the high school looked back then. So, as you can tell, it was a little small community, and didn't not a lot of people knew about it. But right here is where we lived, and there's an old rock church that was built by the Norwegians in about 1860 something. And right over here is a creek where used to go swimming and catch fish and stuff like that. That's Meridian Creek right down there from that church. So that was where they grab underneath the bank, catch those big old catfish. I wouldn't want to do that today, but there's a shot of that old rock church. That's a monument there, and they still have a lot of activities there, weddings and funerals and things like that. And looking up from our house where I lived there at Cranfills Gap, you can see that church up on top of the hill there. And that fence line goes right on up to the church. And so we are off now to Harvard. And we get to Harvard, and I check into the hotel there. And then I go over to the campus there at Harvard, and I'm a day early and kind of get the lay of the land and see where it's all going. And my partner said if I ever got to Boston and Harvard, to be sure to go look up Harvard Square. Well, I was on Harvard Square there, and I was looking around, and I didn't see anything in particular. Then a policeman pulled up there, and I says, "Well, can you tell me where Harvard Square is?" He says, "Well, you're standing right in the middle of it. Can't you smell it?" I was pretty shocked about that. I didn't really know what to think. But anyway, after I get the lay of the land on Harvard there, know where I am, and can get to the dorm and the classrooms the next day, I go back to the hotel. And I sit there in the hotel for a while, and I get bored. And so I call a cab, and I say, "Well, I don't want to go into no combat zone or anything, but I'd like to go someplace where I can have a little drink and get a pretty nice meal." He says, "I know just the place for you." So here we go down in these dark streets there in downtown Boston, and I'm wondering what in the world's going on, and then a little old bitty red sign up on the door, the Rhinoceros Club. Well, I'm getting pretty nervous about that along about then, but I go in and sit down to the bar. The bartender's a real nice fella, and he says, "What'll you have?" And I said, "Well, I'll have a branching water." And he said, "Well, you're not from around here, are you?" And I says, "No." He says, "Where are you from?" I says, "Cranfills Gap." He says, where's Cranfills Gap? And I said, oh, that's about 12 miles south of Ferry. And he said, well, where is all that stuff? And I said, well, that's Cranfills Gap, Texas. He said, oh, well, welcome. He says, how'd you find this place? And I said, well, a friend of mine from Cranfills Gap told me if I was ever in Boston, be sure and look this place up. And little did I know I have my foot in my mouth right then. He said, well, I gotta tell you the boss, you know, we've only been open a month, and there are already two people from Cranfills Gap been here. So he brings the boss down, and the boss says, oh man, that's great. Two people from Cranfills Gap here, and we have been open for a month. He says, all the drinks and food are on the house to congratulate you and everything. So I'm thinking, well, I can't take advantage of this fella because of my little lie and putting my foot in my mouth. I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, I go back to the bartender and I just go ahead and I say, I'll just have a, and I was looking on the menu and I found the cheapest thing on the menu. It is a little old sandwich, club sandwich of some kind, and I ordered that and I ate about half of it. My guilt trip was working on me pretty good, so I just get up and leave and go call a cab and go back, and that's pretty much what my thoughts are thinking right now, is how trying to be a smart ass, you put your foot in your mouth and you end up trying to take advantage of somebody else. Well, I think that what's going on right now in our government, they're not accidentally trying to take advantage of us, but they keep their foot in their mouth all the time. And so anyway, that's adios amigos. We'll see you on the flip side. And remember, the purpose of the United States Constitution is to limit the power of the federal government, but not the power of the people. So, as I said, adios, and we'll see you on the flip side.